Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Ting, and I help you learn Chinese in a simple and practical way. Today, we're going to learn a very common Chinese word, yo. It means again, but there is one important thing you need to know. In Chinese, we don't use yo and 在 in the same situations. Today, you'll learn when to use yo, why it is different from 在, and how native speakers use it in everyday conversations. I'll explain everything in English with simple Chinese examples. You can also turn on subtitles and choose your preferred language in YouTube settings. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's Grammar Explainer.
That's right. If you're learning Chinese, you already know that sometimes the tiniest words are the ones that carry the absolute biggest weight. Today, we're tackling a highly requested grammar point that honestly trips up almost every single beginner at some point. But don't worry, we're going to master it together so you can sound way more natural in your everyday conversations.
So here's the big question we're answering today. How exactly do you say again in Chinese? Now in English, it's pretty straightforward, right? We just say again, whether we're talking about yesterday, today, or tomorrow.
Exactly. Like if I say, I ate pizza again, or I will eat pizza again, the word again doesn't change one bit. But in Chinese, time is literally everything. The language basically forces you to stop and ask yourself, wait, did this repetition already happen, or is it going to happen later? And that single distinction, it completely changes the word you have to use.
Part 1. What exactly is yo? Let's put this little character under the microscope. The adverb yo indicates the repetition of an action. Yes, it means again. But crucially, and this is the absolute key, it means the action has already happened.
Right. So you can only use yo when the repeated action is firmly in the past. It's a done deal. The event already occurred. If it hasn't happened yet, yo is simply not invited to the party. Just keep that locked in your memory. Yo equals past repetition.
Moving right along to part 2, yo in daily life.
Let's look at a couple of real-life scenarios to see exactly how native speakers use this word naturally.
Okay, imagine it's freezing outside. Someone looks out the window and says, 又下雪了. 今年下过几次雪了? Meaning, it's snowing again. How many times has it snowed this year? And the other person replies, it's already snowed twice. This is the third time. Notice how yo is placed right before the verb phrase for snowing. Because the snow is literally falling right now, the repetition is a past fact. So yo is the absolute perfect choice here.
Here's our second scenario. Imagine stepping on a scale and panicking. 怎么办啊? 我又胖了2公斤. What should I do? I've gained 2 kilos again. And your very smooth friend replies, 没关系, it doesn't matter. I think you're cuter this way. Grammatically speaking, the weight has already been gained. It's an established past fact. So once again, we use yo right before the verb.
Part 3, yo versus 在.
This is the ultimate showdown. Both of these words translate to again in English, but I promise, once you see the underlying logic, you'll never confuse them. As we just learned, our good friend yo is strictly for things that have already happened. Conversely, 在 is your go-to word for things that are going to happen. If you plan to do something again, or you're asking someone to do something again in the future, you use 在. It's just past versus future. It really is beautifully simple.
All right, part 4, let's practice.
It's time for a quick, interactive quiz. Seriously, shout the answer right at your screen when you know it.
Here's our first fill-in-the-blank scenario. 你怎么 blank 忘记了? How could you forget again? This medicine must be taken before meals, not after. The person is asking, how could you forget? Think about it. Has the forgetting already occurred, or is it some plan for the future? Lock in your guess right now.
And the answer is yo. Did you get it right?
If you did, fantastic job. The key here is realizing that the mistake, the forgetting, is an event that has already happened. You're reprimanding someone for a repetition that just took place. Since it's firmly in the past, yo is literally the only correct answer. You can't use a future tense, again, for something they already messed up.
Let's try one more. 欢迎你明年 blank 到中国来. Welcome to come to China again next year. So, are we using yo or 在? Scan the sentence for time markers. What is the key word giving away the timeline here? Make your choice.
The correct answer is 在. Let's break down exactly why. The absolute biggest clue in that sentence was the word for next year, 明年. Next year hasn't happened yet. The speaker is expressing a hope or an invitation for a future repetition of the trip. Because the action is going to happen in the future, 在 is the perfect grammatical choice. Great job to everyone who spotted that future context.
Part 5, Summary and Next Time. Let's lock in these rules one final time so they really stick.
Here are your 2 main takeaways. First, yo is for actions that have already happened.
And second, zai is for actions going to happen. Basically, yo looks back and zai looks forward. To sum it up in one sentence, yo is your past tense again, and zai is your future tense again. Keep those 2 simple points in mind, and you'll navigate the again dilemma in Chinese like an absolute pro.
Next time, we're tackling the adverb 只.
This super common word has 2 main uses. First, it means merely or only, showing that there's nothing else besides this. Second, it's used to show a small amount of something, usually followed by quantifiers. It is incredibly useful for everyday conversations, so you won't want to miss it.
Which brings us to our final thought. You've officially mastered yo today. Give yourself a massive pat on the back for that. But language learning is a journey of 1,000 steps. Are you ready to conquer je next time? We definitely think you are. Keep practicing. Try making your own sentences using yo and zai this week, and we'll see you back here for the next explainer to keep building that Chinese fluency. Until next time, happy learning.
Great job finishing today's lesson. Now you know how to use yo to talk about repeated actions and events. Remember, yo to again, usually something already happened. Zai to again, something that will happen in the future. Understanding this difference will help you sound much more natural when speaking Chinese. If you want personalized Chinese speaking practice and feedback, you can book a trial lesson through my Preply link in the description. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. In the next lesson, we'll learn 只 and how to express only in Chinese. See you next time.